Watkins. Kick off for the British Isles. Mr. Pring signals time on. No, it's not Watkins. Dummy move. Smith. A touchdown. Drop out in the first half minute of the game, and the British Isles up to their tricks from the kickoff.
Yes, they've forced us into attacking move. It's quite a good one, Ian, to start the test.
Heroini. Steph Colin Meads and Hazlitt up to the ball right away and out 3 yards inside New Zealand's half. Southern touched them in front of the main stand. Steele playing his first test match on the left wing for New Zealand. Price passed. Price knocking it back to pass, but a penalty to British Isles. A tap by Young. Watkins. Fine tackling by New Zealand, but breaking clear. Gibson. An infringement there just as Gibson was starting to look dangerous. 3 yards inside New Zealand's half. 20 yards from the southern touch. First scrum Laidlaw. It's going to gain a lot of ground before it finishes. Knock on, I think. Knock on by Rangi. Rangi almost away there, but knocking on. Only a little, but enough. On the British Isles 25, Young, halfback for British Isles. Kennedy striking. Watkins scurried it into touch, 10 yards outside British Isles 25. New Zealand on attack. Smith, right wing three-quarter. Number 14. Laidlaw, Heroini.
British Isles standing up quite shallow, Ian, at this time.
Yes, and Kennedy was quickly through that time. The 2 number 2s in the front of the line out. McLeod, New Zealand hooker. Kennedy, the British Isles hooker. Laidlaw. Another good one. Nice take by Wilson, but in touch. Wilson, number 15, the fullback for the British Isles. And an injury immediately. The British Isles. Looks like Task. Task, wearing number 8 jersey, the Welsh captain. Back to Wilson on his line, and again scrambling it into touch. British Isles under pressure. No score.
Wallbacks controlling things very nicely at the moment in the forwards end.
Smith, number 14. Young, at least Gray to Laidlaw. Heroini, going to have a drop? No. Still Heroini, great footwork. On now to Nathan. Nathan to McLeod. McLeod's over. Dodging run by Heroini. Onto Nathan. Onto McLeod. And the New Zealand hooker who scored in the test match here against South Africa last year repeats the performance.
Very nice try, Ian, by McLeod. I think Heroini deserves it after the try that he missed by a small infringement a little earlier. He came straight back into it, jinked his way through, had the British Isles defence flummoxed, handing it on to Nathan and the forwards. They were all there and scored a good all-round try, both backs and forwards.
Willimant, number 15, right on the 25-yard mark and 7 yards from the northern terrace touch. Glorious, glorious kick. Never looked like missing. Willimant away to a flying start, a good line kick, and a good goal kick. New Zealand 5, British Isles 0. 8 minutes gone. Watkins. There'll be another dropout, I imagine, over the dead ball line. Willimant with the ball.
I think it's vital at this stage that the British Isles put the pressure on now and get a point or two.
Heroini now. Way to a good start also, showing clever footwork as that try resulted. Campbell Lamb, at least Norris hit before he actually fielded the ball, and a penalty to the British Isles. Norris going up to take that and hit before he actually had his hands on the ball, and a chance for British Isles to bridge the gap as Wilson, the Scottish fullback, places this one about 35 yards out and about 20 yards in from the southern touch. Pring, the referee this afternoon, had a long career in first-class rugby refereeing. His first test match. Wilson laying the ball fairly flat compared with Williman's stance of the ball, Peter.
Yes, it is. He's a good kicker, this fellow. Quite a different style to Scotland, who was here with the last team, Ian. He had a round action with the ball standing up.
Wilson then. And all the way. Ten minutes gone. New Zealand 5. British Isles 3. And goal kicking, which hasn't been their strength always, that's a very good, encouraging sign. A neat kick by Wilson. Willimant having difficulty making his mark in the centre of Carisbrook, which indicates just what perfect order this ground is in. Hoare taking a beautiful catch. Heavy racking. Ten yards outside British Isles 25. Feet up a little bit too soon. Both sides just a little bit tense. Early stages of the test. Laidlaw, Heroini in the 10-yard. Mark McRae. Glorious tackle by Gibson. Laidlaw, Heroini. Rangi. Rangi up to the 25. Nathan. A penalty to British Isles. McRae beautifully tackled by Gibson, but another nice break by the two Maoris, Rangi and Nathan, and a quick kick taken by Watkins. And a good one by Watkins. In touch now, 8 yards inside New Zealand's half. He gained about 50 yards with that kick. Steele to throw in. Touch judge on the far side, Mr. C.J. McCauley, who has also refereed a test match against Australia. Colin Meads in the line out. Nice take. Laidlaw on the 10-yard mark. And that right boot of Laidlaw's working beautifully. Lovely kick. And 2 yards inside British Isles 25. Driven back on the fence. McFadden. Back of the line out, 2 number 4s. Lamont for British Isles. Nathan for New Zealand. Price getting that one. New Zealand breaking through. Laidlaw, Heroini. Wilson taken 5 yards from the line. 5 yards from the British Isles line. Can New Zealand ruck it back? No. It's hot and heavy in there, Peter.
It is, but New Zealand forwards doing very, very nicely indeed. British Isles, rather than trying to win the ball there, were doing their best to make sure the All Blacks didn't get it.
Another loose head to New Zealand, right on the British Isles line. 10 yards from their posts. A tight head to the British Isles. Young on the blind side of McFadden. Wilson picking it up in front of McFadden. And clearing nicely. Valuable tight head in that position. And the first of the match, Peter.
Yes, British Isles very well served with hookers. Both hookers excellent ones.
Lahore knocking it to Laidlaw. Line out, infringement. Steele a long throw. Nathan, the end of the line out was Lamont. Gray, number 3, number 1, Hazlitt. Number 3, Gray. Number 7, Telfer for the British Isles. Number 3 is Norris. Last man up, Lamont, number 4. 5 yards inside the British Isles, 25. Laidlaw. Laidlaw. Lahore. Laidlaw again on the open. Rangi. 10 yards from the British Isles line. Fine tackling here. Hazlitt dives. And once again, New Zealand brought back.
Brian Lahore, the captain, forcing a good ruck then, Ian. I think had New Zealand passed out the wing, they would have been in.
Penalty to New Zealand. Williman will have a shot from here. Suddenly, Laidlaw, I think, went past through his mind. He might have a cap kick and try and race over. Midway between the goal posts and the northern touch. And Williman making his mark 5 yards inside at the British Isles 25 as the sun streams down, and British Isles in this first half with the sun and the breeze in their favour, down by 5 points to 3. Midway between the posts and the touchline, just inside the 25. Williman. No, away. And the British Isles still only 2 points down with 10 minutes to go, or less than that slightly, in the first half.
The last 5 minutes have brought up some very good football, Ian.
Watkins feinting to his left and finally kicking to his right. Wasted, though, out on the full. Chance for New Zealand again in the centre of the 25 and the loose head. Heroini lined on the left. Williman coming up. Laidlaw now to Heroini, going to drop the goal. There it goes. It's there. It's there.
Very nice, neat kick, Ian, by Heroini. It appeared that that was what he was going to do, regardless of how he got the ball. He stood well back in a more or less a deep position, and it was a very neat kick. Went over absolutely through the centre.
Watkins. Colin Mead starting to run, but he'd already claimed the mark. Wasn't relying on the referee awarding it to him. He decided he'd run. Out alongside him on his left. Lahore behind. Taken by Watkins nicely on his 10-yard mark. The left foot punt. A fine one too. Beautiful one. Laidlaw standing in touch. And he took it, and Watkins now brings British Isles onto attack. New Zealand 25, Southern touch. And McCauley wearing his New Zealand blazer for refereeing a test match. Campbell Lamberton there and Colin Meads having a tussle back at come to Laidlaw. Wilson. And a neat punt too. Keeping pressure on.
Those things shouldn't be happening at this stage of the tour.
Lahore to Laidlaw, cutting out Heroini to McRae on the 10-yard mark. Too far for Smith, it'll be in touch. 8 yards inside British Isles half, and 1 minute to go to half-time. New Zealand 8, British Isles 3. Rangi, taken by Norris. Gibson to Jones, to McFadgen at halfway. Working back infield at the 10-yard mark. Laidlaw, taken by Price. 10 yards outside New Zealand's 25. Telfer taking it, losing it. Stan Meads taking it from him. Young. Watkins now on the 10-yard mark. Throws behind Gibson. Bev has it, taken by Williman. 5 yards inside New Zealand's half. Wilson at halfway. And Stan Meads. Stan Meads bursting clear. McLeod taken by Lamont. Lamont on the 10-yard mark. Out to Williams. Williams back to Bebb. Brought back for an infringement. 3 yards 13 yards inside New Zealand's half, 10 yards from the touchline. And it's half-time. Half-time at Carisbrook in this first test match between New Zealand and the British Isles, and the British Isles down by 5 points, having had the sun and the breeze at their backs in this first spell. McLeod a try for New Zealand, converted by Willerman, Herewini dropping a goal, and for the British Isles, Wilson kicked a penalty goal. So at half-time in this first test match, it's New Zealand 8, British Isles 3. 1 yard outside British Isles 25, Northern touch. McFadgen, number 13. Gray, beautiful take. Laidlaw, Herewini, McRae, Willemant, extra man, right through on the 25. Rangi, Smith for the corner. Lovely take, beautifully taken though by Wilson and Bebb. Was it McFadgen? McFadgen who got right across there. Wilson and McFadgen.
I think it was McFadgen, yes. Looked to try the moment Willemant through.
1 yard out from the British line, Young to Wilson and Nathan there, but Wilson clearing. Very sound indeed. In touch 5 yards inside. British Isles 25, Southern touch. Smith on the right wing. Young and they taken by Nathan. 10 yards from the line. Laidlaw, Herewini, McRae. It's Lahore out there. Brought down 10 yards from the line. Right in front of the posts, rucking Laidlaw, Herewini, Smith, Willemant. Willemant dives. It had to come with 2 quick rucks, Peter. 2 quick rucks. That's where you score the tries.
Better rucks than we saw for the first half, any part of the first half, Ian. And that seems to be the tactics, to have got on top of the forwards and now to spin the ball.
Willemant then in there, outside the wing 3/4 Smith. And Willemant will try and convert his own try. New Zealand 11, British Isles 3.
Brian Lahore handling his new job very well, Ian. He was right in amongst that also. He started that ruck that formed under the goalpost that led up to that try. Seems to be a very wise choice, the skipper. He's handling the job very well with confidence and was right in that movement that brought us 3 points.
Willemant kicking from 2 yards outside the 25 and only 3 or 4 yards in from the southern touch. The eyes of the world on him. Cameras. Not this time. And it's still New Zealand 11, British Isles 3. Approximately 6 minutes gone in the second half. Watkins. Again. Tremendous height in these dropouts. Tremaine losing it. Laidlaw on the 25. Lahore leading the pack. Meads, Colin Meads and Stan Meads, the brothers, up to the halfway mark. In touch, 5 yards inside New Zealand's half. Smith the thrower. Lahore, number 8, the New Zealand captain. Number 4, Nathan. Number 4, Lamont for the British Isles. Taken by Hazlitt. McLeod. McLeod making a lot of play from the front of the line now. He did in the test against the South Africans last year. 5 yards inside New Zealand's half. Young, the halfback. Laidlaw alongside him. Laidlaw. Smith slips. Bebb running down the touchline inside the 25. Only Willemant to beat. Kicking infield. Lamont's there. Lamont and McRae. It's loose. 25. Herewini, I think, finally touching down on Willemant there. British Isles almost through with a flash of opportunity, and Bebb racing fast there, Peter.
Yes. They looked as if they could have been in. I noticed our halfback, Laidlaw, getting back to retrieve the position when Smith didn't take the pass that was given to him.
Meads, Colin Meads. Colin Meads in full flight in this second half. But all to no avail in a scrum on the 10-yard mark, New Zealand. Midway between the post and the southern touch. Young putting it in. Watkins. On the New Zealand 25, Gibson throwing it forward by a long way, but here's the advantage applying. The steal bursting away. But his kick lost ground, so it's brought back for the knock-on by Gibson. 2 yards outside New Zealand's 25 and right in front of their posts. New Zealand with the advantage of the northerly breeze at their backs and the sun at their backs, with the shadows lengthening on Carisbrook. Ground in magnificent order. Conditions perfect. Good control. Laidlaw, Heroini. Five yards inside New Zealand's half. 8 minutes in the second half. New Zealand 11, British Isles 3. Price knocking it behind Young. Nathan has him. Awkward for Watkins, but well recovered. British Isles not getting very good ball from those line-outs.
Not at all. The only good ball they've been getting all day is from the set scrums.
Price, number 5 above everybody. But hasn't got it again. Laidlaw down the short side. Oh, Tremaine up on top of the ball over the 25. The black forwards in full cry. Can they ruck it back? Laidlaw, Heroini on the 25. McRae taken by Jones. In front of the post, here's Nathan again. Nathan bursting clear. Nathan. Lahore diving and scoring. Crowd applauding the New Zealand captain, who scores, leading New Zealand for the first time in a test match. Scores on that far corner where Williman scored in the first half.
I think dominant forward play would describe that try. Nathan went through running very wide and strongly with his body very low. It would be very hard to tackle. Lahore ranged up outside in full cry, and I think it would have taken 3 or 4 backs to have pulled him down. He had his body low, he had his eyes set on the line, and that was a try all the way.
New Zealand 14, British Isles 3, with half the second spell gone. Williman 5 yards in from the touchline and about 3 yards outside the 25. No again. Wide of the posts, and after a very good start, both fullbacks, Wilson to British Isles, Williman for New Zealand, they haven't been able to find the target again. New Zealand 14, British Isles 3. Watkins again. There's that high drop out. Wouldn't be any doubt about that at all. Lamont in much too quickly that time. Lamont. And it looked like, I think, Tremaine down there, Peter.
I can't think who it is. He was certainly a wee bit ahead of the ball. I think he mistimed his tackle. He's going back now to see who's hurt, but it's Lahore, I think. He almost hauled us down on the ground.
I thought it was Tremaine there, but no, I think it was one of those ones where you throw yourself in.
I think so.
The tackle and the ball just not quite there.
That's right. I wouldn't think it would have been intentional. He's
yes, it's Tremaine, I think.
It is Tremaine. Yes, it is Tremaine. I think earlier in the game it was a tackle and Tremaine took a ball and up and under. I think the same player tackled him early in the match and put him down. He's been following up very well and tackling very well. And just we hope that Tremaine's not too badly hurt.
I think Tremaine will be all right. Tremaine's the heaviest of the New Zealand forwards. In fact, at 16 stone 4, according to the program. Campbell Lamberton, the British Isles captain, at 17 stone 8, easily the heaviest forward on the field. Campbell Lamberton goes back, having satisfied himself that Tremaine is all right. That might be a slight exaggeration, but he's ready again anyway. Tremaine, a popular player with the crowd, with his, if he was pensioned for try scoring. We're ready again. Penalty awarded to New Zealand and Williman taking it. Young, that time, looked for support, started to run, and then decided he couldn't, so kicked for touch. Discretion, the better part of valor. Eight yards inside British Isles territory. Stan Meads, number 5, standing out in the line out. Colin Meads. Well, Colin Meads up on his own. On his own. Up to the line and wait for it. 1 yard from the British Isles line. Penalty New Zealand. Denver Williams. Number 1, looking to see what that was for. 1 yard from the British Isles line, and a tremendous run by Colin Meads.
Wonderful, yes. Colin Meads, with a great career behind him, is still in top form. Been shown right through this game, right from the first kick-off, that he's right up at the plate. For a man of his size, it's amazing that he can hold his form so well.
17 minutes to go, and New Zealand 14-3, with this kick being taken from about 5 yards to the right of the post and about 6 or 7 yards inside the 25. A very handy position for Williman. It's there. Williman kicked his second goal of the match. New Zealand 17, British Isles 3, with a little over a quarter of an hour left in this match. Watkins, the ebullient little Welshman who'd had so few opportunities on attack, having to do the kicking. Colin Meads again. Number 6 jersey very prominent on his 25. Five yards inside New Zealand's half. Baird with 28 caps for Wales, the thrower. Good work by Kennedy and Norris that time. Smith again. Laidlaw, right, clearly that wasn't straight. Easy to tell when there's a halfway mark going right down the centre of the line.
That's right, Ian.
Young, Watkins. Tremaine. Rungy, and Rungy's going to be clear. Steele to the line. Held ball in goal.
Bad luck for Steele. Very nearly a try.
My word, the British Isles defenders made sure it was a held ball.
Yes. Rangy appeared to be in the clear. Their inside man got him and brought him down.
5 yards from the post, Laidlaw. And here comes Lahore again on the blind. 1 yard from the line. Laidlaw, Herawini. Lamont falling 10 yards from his posts. What a strike. 10 yards from the British Isles line, and a British Isles player hurt. The Springs just noticed him. Time off on the clock. Telfer it is. Telfer, one of the few wearing a headgear today. This headband, or if you're not so refined, sweatband, well, Peter, seems to be more popular.
I think sweatband's the term in vogue at the moment, but apart from that, Ian, he's been outstanding in defensive work today. Once again, he spilled that movement under the goalpost. He's did a tremendous amount of good tackling, low tackling, and covering work. I think he'd be the outstanding forward in the British Isles team today.
Well, this is Telfer, who's got a knock somewhere just about the hip, I think. It's the old, going quite old-fashioned, isn't it? The ordinary headgear that Telfer's wearing.
Yes, that's right. It all depends if you have ear trouble with cauliflower ears and one thing or another. They're most important. Some people can get away without them.
Ready again. 5 yards from the British Isles post, right under it. The sun streaming down in the eyes of the British Isles players. Perfect conditions. Young, and a penalty to New Zealand. Under the post. Young shrugs his shoulders. And Campbell Lamberton hurries his players back to 10 yards. Be less than 10 yards, they're just over the goal line, but with that penalty awarded only about 6 or 7 yards from the line. Simplest of shot for Willamant. He's taken it only about 12 yards from the post and directly underneath, didn't move back. New Zealand 20, British Isles 3. And approximately 10 minutes left. Bigger win than I think a lot of people anticipated, or we shouldn't say win yet, Peter, but a bigger margin at the moment than a lot of people anticipated.
At the moment, a lot of people did anticipate too, of course, but the whole New Zealand team look as if they could develop into something really good.
Smith dropping the ball. And Norris, number 3, with the sweatband first up there. Solid prop. Only his first season in first-class rugby. Nathan starting to go from the end of the line out. Three yards the scrum inside the 25. Not straight the line out. 15 yards from the southern touch. British Isles over the 25-yard mark. Laidlaw. By bustle by Young, but clearing safely on the 25.
On that occasion, broke away very well.
Price knocking it past, has it there. Should come back to British Isles on the 25, New Zealand. Doesn't, though. Very indecisive now, Laidlaw. Heroini. A good kick, too. May have taken full advantage of the breeze. Right at halfway. Time running out for British Isles. Still fighting back. Down by 20 points to 3. Leads Laidlaw in complete control there. Right at halfway, 15 yards from the southern touch. Young having a job getting the scrum straightened up. Watkins on his 10-yard mark. Gibson, Jones. Loose, midway 25 and halfway, British Isles territory, nobody who can pick it up. McRae intercepted now by McFadden. That's Ish Wilson, up to the halfway mark, on to Jones. Jones to McFadden, up to the 25. The defence closing on him, into Telfer, can't hold the ball. It'll be a knock-on. Fine break by the British Isles, showing fight in the closing stages. And McFadden showing his speed there. 5 yards inside the 25. Laidlaw defensively lifting the siege. 10 yards outside New Zealand 25. Northern touch. McFadden now in the dying stages. Pask. Young can't hold it. Lahore. Nathan. Meads. Colin Meads. Tumbled over. Upended by little Gibson. Halfway. Right in the centre of the ground. Two yards inside halfway. Young. British Isles halfback. Number 12 Steele. Telfer. Gibson on the 10-yard mark. Lost it. No. Laidlaw has it. British Isles have Laidlaw. Nine yards inside the Lions' territory. And right in the centre. Long shadows now as Laidlaw starts the game in motion again. On the blind to McRae this time. Willamant. Into touch. Midway 25 and halfway. Bebb looks for the quick throw in. Decides against it. Gibson on his 25. Busted by Nathan and tackled by Meads. 2 yards outside the 25. Time almost up. Laidlaw now. Heroini. Might be the last movement of the match. McRae over the 25. Steele and McFadden. McFadden on top of it. Rangy on top of him. 2 yards inside the British Isles 25. And a penalty, New Zealand. Not flying away from the ball. Not getting away from the ball quickly enough. That's British Isles forward. Lamont. Tap won by Lahore. Gray. But the British Isles not caught napping. Laidlaw. Heroini. McRae. Rangy. Smith. Steele on the other wing. Willimant for the line. Losing it on the goal line. And that's it. That's it. No side in the first test match between the British Isles and New Zealand at Carisbrook. New Zealand have defeated the British Isles by 20 points to 3 after leading by 8 to 3 at half-time.
Into the line now. South Africa ball. De Villiers, Barnard, Gainsford, Roux. Back to Gainsford. Back to Ellis on the far side of Brainard. Nell tries to pick it up. Scrum down. De Villiers. Brainard, over the 25. He's going for the corner, inside, and he'll score a try. Bert Whistle a try. 14, Bert Whistle a try for New Zealand, and look at the crowd go mad. Bert Whistle, 14. New Zealand now, 6, South Africa 3. 14 minutes gone, second spell. 6-3 New Zealand. New Zealand ball, Colin Meads. Heroini. Bert Whistle up after Brainard. Oh, and it bounces badly. Rangy trying to pick it up. And flattened by Roux. 12 for New Zealand and 12 for South Africa. But, however, the referee's putting a scrum down inside the South Africa 25. About 6 yards. New Zealand being pushed back. They push South Africa back too far. Back to the mark. New Zealand ball. Laidlaw kicks ahead. Nell waiting for it. Hopwood, a try? No. A penalty. New Zealand offside. Lahore, a try, but New Zealand penalised. A quick one out on the far side. Barnard from his own goal line. A bad pass on the ground. Smith tries to kick it ahead. Smith a try in the corner for New Zealand. New Zealand 9. South Africa 3, and the scorer 13, number 13, Smith, New Zealand left winger. Scrum down, 15 yards in, ball not straight. Ball in, New Zealand holding. Laidlaw to Heroini. Evades the tackle, kicks a high one. Wilson claimed the mark, but fumbled the ball, but recovered his own fumble quickly. Line out 1 yard from the South Africa 25. Bert Whistle. In, knocked back to Laidlaw. To Heroini, referee's whistle's gone. Not straight, he's coming in 15 yards from this grandstand touchline. South Africa to put the ball in. Still no tight heads in the game. South Africa have it. Out on the far side. To Barnard. Kicks a little one ahead. Into the defensive box. Lahore there. Picks it up. Breaks over the 25. Nobody with him. Yes, out to Rangy. Rangy tackle. And Smith over in the corner again. New Zealand 12. South Africa 3. And the crowd on the far touchline goes mad. Halfway through the second spell. New Zealand leading 12 points to 3. Front of the line out and back into touch. Now McLeod has it and feeds it infield. It goes to Heroini. Heroini, a high one on the far side. Who's going to take this? Wilson takes it again, but he's caught with the ball. short from the goal line, and they're packing on top of him now. It hasn't come clear yet. Now referee blows the whistle and puts a set scrum down. Full marks to Wilson again. Look at him slow to get up at the ground at the bottom of that lot. They hit him hard as they went in, fairly but hard. And he's rubbing his back just a little. Attacking position for New Zealand. Out on the side, Herowini, a drop kick, wait for it. It's there. It's there, Herowini, a drop kick. New Zealand 15, South Africa 3. Nordia. De Villiers breaking on his own. A long one out to Roux. To Brainard, who goes inside Birtwistle. Back to Ellis, running towards the 25. Out to Laidlaw. Back in field again, Brainard. Gray robs him of the ball. Laidlaw. Oh, beautiful pick-up, Herowini. 10 yards out from the New Zealand 25. About 13 minutes remaining. Back past De Villiers. Here is McLeod breaking through for New Zealand. Stan Mead. It's behind the goal line. Engelbrecht wins the race. No, it's in the dead ball area. And the children in the dead ball area will go home tonight and say, well, Mum, I touched the ball I used, and threw it back to Engelbrecht. 10 yards, 12 yards, South Africa goal line. Back of the line out. Knocked back to Winneray. Out to Mead. Colin Meads charging through. Laidlaw. Rangi. Kicks for the corner. A race. Whoa! To the back of the line out. Conway loses it. Nobody has it. Now they have Laidlaw. Behind Brainard. How's it bouncing? Brainard slips a tackle. He's away. Outside the 25. Throws a dummy. Links it infield to Roux. Into Gainsford. Gainsford looking for a man to pass to. There's nobody there. It's on the ground. Picked up by Boda. Out to Pensile. And here's Engelbrecht going for the car corner. Smith has him in a good tackle. Lahore intercepts for New Zealand and finds touch.
A good bit of football too by both sides.
South Africa's ball. They're caught in trouble. Tremaine loses the ball. A tight wrestling match. Scrum it down, please. And for a minute I thought Tremaine was going to score another try. He scored one in every first-class match this year, I think, that he's played in. A forward, he has scored over 23 or 24 tries, more than any other back in New Zealand football this year. Not hooked. Put it in again, please. New Zealand ball. Oh, and Herowini drops it. Inside the 25, recovers, throws a dummy, breaks almost 10 yards from the goal line, still going, gives it to Gray, and Gray is going to score. And they're not going to get this kick at goal today either, I don't think. New Zealand 18, South Africa 3, and there's thousands of players out on the field, and I don't think they're going to get this kick at goal either. Winneray talking to Miller, the public address system blaring out, please get back.